and we are going to keep talking about the Spidey world right now because it's RTE Goes Wild month, and we've got Michel Dugon in the loft right now. He's Mr. Spider-Man, and tell us, what sort of creatures do you have here? Actually, before you do so, there was a story about a spider in Sri Lanka that was the size of somebody's face.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Actually, this story is true. It's a new species of tarantula that has been described very recently. And actually, right here, I have one of its relatives. You can
Oh, thank you.
a
You're
look
so
at that one.
kind giving me this.
So is this guy a very dangerous spider?
Well, it wouldn't kill you. However, it has venom, like all spiders, and it could give you a very nasty bite. That's why the box is tightly closed, and we won't open that one now.
Okay, we'll leave that one closed. And
Yeah.
where exactly does he come from?
It comes actually from mountains on the east of India, so not too far from that other species that has been discovered in a very remote area of Sri Lanka.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we're not going to take him out right now, but we are going to take out a fella over here, I believe.
Absolutely. So because that one is a bit fisty, I have here Big Mama. And Big Mama
Big
is
Mama.
one of my good friends.
Okay, so obviously she's quite friendly then.
She is. Actually, very few spiders are dangerous. There you go, and you can hold it.
When she's gonna bite you, she's gonna go. Well,
Do you want to hold this big
no,
mama?
I'm not quite. I've held this spider today already.
Oh yeah,
You know.
okay. But this big mama won't bite me.
No, actually, Big Mama's very quiet and very gentle. As long as you're not aggressive with a spider, the spider will not attack you.
Okay, so if I hand out my hands and keep myself steady, Spidey, he's gonna look at me.
Walk
We've had so many spiders in the loft, and Diana has never held them. I'm proud of you, Benici.
Thank you.
Really proud. Well done.
Michelle, I think she might.
But we
be
wouldn't
missing.
find one of these tarantulas out in Ireland, would we?
No, not
Are
really.
there any venomous spiders in Ireland?
Actually, there are a few species that would be able to give you a little nip, but
Okay.
none of them is actually dangerous. None of them would inject venom really in you. So you don't have to be scared. There is no problem at all with the spiders in Ireland.
And
Okay.
the next spider we're going to talk about is right here. Tell us
Now
a bit
this
about
one
him.
is really quite special, isn't he?
Yes, actually, this is a Nephila spider, and these spiders are coming from all around the world in the tropic area, and they make huge webs that can measure up to 15 feet in diameter, which is massive, and they catch even sometimes little birds or snakes or lizards in their web.
Ooh. So what could they make out of these webs?
Well, at the moment, there are some researchers that are working very seriously on making bulletproof vests and
Wow.
some biomaterial out of this silk.
So this silk must be incredibly expensive then.
Well, it is, especially that someone has tried to make a vest out of the silk of these spiders, and he needed out of 2 million spiders to make that vest.
Wow.
Now, just to prove to everybody that it's not always the big spiders that you should be afraid of, we've got a little tiny fella here who is very scary indeed, isn't he? I don't quite see him
He's
now.
so small
Tell
that
me
you
a
can
bit about
hardly
him.
see him
It's a
actually.
tiny little spider that lives in the desert of Namibia in Africa. And it's very lucky that this spider lives in places where nobody lives. Because if you get bitten by that little guy, the venom would actually destroy the flesh under your skin. It's what we call an assassin spider, a sicarius.
So he's an assassin.
Absolutely. If you get bitten and that things go wrong, the flesh would get eaten for days and days and days.
Oh, that's disgusting.
So you could end up losing an arm or depending where you were
Absolutely.
bitten
The only
the leg.
treatment we have is to go to hospital and to actually get the limb surgically
Yikes.
removed.
And how big did you say he'll get?
It will get somewhere around 1.5 inches to 2 inches
So
in
only
leg
that
span.
big. And
Absolutely.
he could, you could have to chop off your arm. to get
Yes.
this one.
I'm definitely glad that he's encased. And now you have a little creature that we might be familiar with from Harry Potter.
Absolutely. I have a little surprise here. I'm going to take out this guy. It's actually
What is
What-
that?
What's he called?
Scorpion.
What's his name?
that's a tailless scorpion.
Oh, okay.
And tailless scorpions are not real scorpions. They're not really spiders. They're actually kind of a mix of both. And if you look very carefully, you will see that it extends these very long arms. This animal cannot see very well, so it uses these long arms like antennae to feel its surroundings. And
And it's got these massive claws as well.
yes, it will catch little crickets or grasshoppers using these very long arms in front of its head. But they're not dangerous at all otherwise. They don't have venom, they're not poisonous, they're not dangerous in any way. They're just
so
really creepy.
we shouldn't be afraid of them. And
Okay.
then last but not least, you
You can
also
take those
have
off.
a scorpion.
Yes,
which I'm
I do.
definitely not going to hold.
Because, for my money anyway, the scorpions, I don't know how dangerous they are, but they look the scariest of all of them.
Definitely.
Well, actually, there is a lot of myth about scorpions as well.
Okay, we're just going to take them out there now, yeah?
So, yes, we will. This species of scorpion is actually not dangerous at all. And you see, I can just grab it like this.
Is
by
that
the
how you
sting.
hold a scorpion properly?
Yes, always. Always hold it by the sting, and then there is no problem. And you see that big guy is actually very gentle as well. This is because it's so strong, it doesn't have to use its sting to defend itself.
Okay, Ivan, are you going to be chicken or are you going to hold it? Will I go?
So
You go.
who's going to hold it now? Come with me. There we
Have
go.
we named our spider
We
there,
actually
by the way?
have. I can now tell you that this is officially Hairy Fairy.
Hairy Fairy, good name there.
It's rhyming as well, which is nice. How are you feeling with the big scorpion crawling up
I
your
know,
arm?
he's going for an old jaunt up in my arm,
Is
which I'm
he?
not delighted
You're
about.
shaking a little bit.
Well, it's scary. Okay,
I might take it back from you.
Well, Michelle, if anyone wants to find out more information, where can they find that?
Well, if they want to find more information, there are two places. The first is my website, which is bioevents.ie,
Yeah.
where they'll find plenty of information about spiders and what I do. And the other one is the hsi.ie, which is the Herpetological Society of Ireland.
Well, thank you
Okay.
so much for coming in, Michelle, and scaring the life out of me. Well, I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
but we overcame our
Thank you very
fears,
much.
so it's alright. Now we're going to join Mouse and his gang as they're looking for creatures by the rock.